It's been one of those years where every time you think the dust has settled, boom, another shockwave hits the 90-Day Fiancé universe. Babies, breakups, new beginnings, and jaw-dropping twists that have fans gasping across Reddit threads and Instagram comments alike. And trust me, this time, everyone in the 90-Day family is making headlines. In today's video, we're diving deep into all the latest family updates, the unexpected romances, the surprise arrivals, the emotional transformations, and the moments that prove real life is messier and way more addictive than reality TV itself. Let's go. When it comes to 90-Day Fiancé's wildest love stories, few have twisted, turned, and re-blossomed quite like Jasmine Pineda's. For months, fans wondered if she'd vanished into silence, but what actually happened behind the scenes was a total rebirth. It begins with a whisper of rumors, the kind that explode overnight across Reddit threads and Instagram comments alike. And trust me, this time, everyone in the 90-Day family is making headlines. By the time Jasmine finally confirmed the truth, the fandom was in collective shock. After years of tears, turmoil, and that unforgettable on-screen breakup, Jasmine wasn't spiraling. She was glowing. Motherhood had entered her story again, this time under Florida sunshine, far from the chaos of Michigan and the endless hats of Gino Palazzolo. Her feed transformed almost overnight. Gone were the fiery monologues, in their place soft golden selfies and lullaby clips of baby giggles. The captions read like diary pages: gratitude, exhaustion, quiet pride. "Matilda, my little miracle, you changed everything," she wrote, a line that sent thousands of fans flooding her comments with hearts and congratulations. And standing beside her now isn't Gino, but a calm-smiled man named Matt, the new chapter no one saw coming. Yet Jasmine being Jasmine, peace doesn't mean silence. She's candid about postpartum struggles, hormones, and the fear of judgment from a fandom that once called her volatile. In one late-night livestream, she admitted through tears that she'd been terrified to show her new life. "I didn't want people to say I failed, but maybe failure was what saved me." That honesty, raw, unfiltered, reminded everyone why she remained one of the franchise's most magnetic figures. Meanwhile, glimpses of her old fire still spark through. She jokes about sleepless nights, posts reels of diaper disasters, and laughs that her new love language is baby wipes and iced coffee. But beneath the humor sits a clear sense of healing. She's building routines, embracing therapy, and even hinting at launching a YouTube channel focused on beauty, motherhood, and starting over. She says, "No scripts, just real life." What's striking is how the public has shifted with her. The same viewers who once dissected every fight now defend her fiercely. Fan pages call her evolution the most genuine comeback of 2025. Even Gino's critics admit Jasmine seems finally at peace. And yet, in true reality TV fashion, one question lingers. Will her story stay quiet for long? With cameras rumored to roll again later this year, Jasmine might soon return, not as the storm, but as proof that even the loudest hearts can find calm. Big Ed Brown's story has never been quiet, but the past year has felt like the calm after every storm he ever created. Once the meme king of the franchise, Ed is now rewriting what life looks like beyond the cringe clips and viral sound bites. And honestly, it's the most surprising plot twist yet. It starts in the glare of a red carpet. Cameras flash, fans shout his name, and for a split second, you think he's back in the fame loop, until Ed drops the headline himself. His whirlwind engagement is over. 24 hours of romance, a public proposal, and then nothing. He calls it impulsive, admitting that pressure and performance pushed him into a moment he wasn't ready for. It's messy, yes, but the admission feels different this time. It's not defensive, it's reflective. By early 2025, the energy around him shifts. Instead of tequila shots and awkward confessions, his Instagram grid fills with open house photos, sold signs, and quick tours through freshly painted living rooms in Springdale, Arkansas. The caption reads, "A new chapter, a real one." He swapped rose petals for real estate flyers. In videos posted this spring, Ed walks through homes with that same familiar enthusiasm, but this time it's genuine hustle, not heartbreak, driving him. His followers notice the difference immediately. "You look happier," one comment reads. "You finally found something real," says another. And in an era where former reality stars chase podcast microphones for relevance, Ed is chasing escrow deadlines. He even updates his bio: reality TV personality, realtor, dog dad. The man once defined by disastrous first dates is now defining property boundaries. Still, Big Ed being Big Ed, he doesn't disappear completely from the spotlight. Late last year, he appeared on Behind the Blowhole, a podcast where he opened up about everything: the breakup with Liz, his mistakes, and the way fame distorted his relationships. His voice cracks as he admits, "I spent years trying to be loved by everyone but myself." It's raw, disarming, and miles away from the caricature viewers once mocked. Even his look has changed. The hair's trimmed, the shirts are simple, and the oversized chains are gone. He talks about therapy, health, and learning patience. There's still humor, the occasional dad joke, the self-deprecating grin, but underneath, there's something steadier. Fans who expected another train wreck are instead watching a slow rebuild. No baby announcements, no scandalous rebounds, just a man trying to stand on his own 2 feet. And maybe that's the quiet miracle here. For the first time, Big Ed isn't chasing attention. He's earning respect. The comeback isn't loud, it's lived. If there is one woman who knows how to turn chaos into competence, it's Stacy Silva. The 90 Day Fiancé star, half of the iconic Silva twins, has spent years living under the glare of lights, cameras, and constant comparisons. But this past year, it feels like she finally stepped out of her sister's shadow and into her own storyline. It all began with a tense silence that fans couldn't ignore. After months of cryptic posts and missing appearances beside Darcy, speculation hit fever pitch. Was the Silva bond cracking again? Then, almost poetically, Stacy reappeared on screen, standing beside her husband, Florian Suka, during a couples therapy retreat on the Last Resort. The scene wasn't glamorous. It was raw. Stacy looked straight into the camera and said, "We've been through it all, but I still believe in us." That moment, stripped of filters and flashy edits, set the tone for her 2025 transformation. Therapy became Stacy's unexpected turning point. Viewers watched her shed layers of defensiveness and pride, confronting years of unspoken tension between her marriage, her twin, and her own identity. At one point, she admitted, "For the longest time, I didn't know where Darcy ended and I began." That confession struck a chord across social media. Instead of mocking, fans rallied, calling it Stacy's grown woman era. But this wouldn't be a Silva story without drama creeping in from every direction. Mid-season, rumors swirl. Florian spotted leaving a club with 2 women. Cameras roll. Darcy delivers the news, and Stacy's reaction is heartbreak in real time. There are tears, a tense confrontation, and a quiet car ride that leaves audiences wondering if this marriage has finally run out of chances. Yet, in true Stacy fashion, the fallout becomes fuel. She and Florian recommit. publicly, intentionally. The couple posts a quiet video from Albania, walking hand in hand through the cobbled streets of his hometown. The caption reads, "Healing isn't pretty, but it's real." Fans flood the comments with support. Off-screen, Stacey's empire keeps growing. House of 11, the brand she co-founded with Darcy, relaunches with a new wellness meets fashion focus. Their Miami events draw influencers and reality stars alike. But this time, Stacey isn't just a face, she's a force. She posts daily beauty routine reels, advocates for self-care, and shares glimpses of her anti-aging and longevity journey. Gone are the competitive undertones between the twins. Instead, there's mutual visibility and distance that feels healthy. Then comes the confrontation that cements Stacey's evolution. When she learns Georgi Rusev, Darcy's on-again, off-again partner, has been secretly planning a move back to Bulgaria, Stacey steps in, not as the meddling sister fans remember, but as the voice of reason. "You can't build love on secrets," she says firmly. It's a scene that flips the script. Stacey as protector, not participant, finally defining her own moral compass. By fall 2025, her social media feels lighter, her interviews more grounded. The makeup is still flawless, the wardrobe still glamorous, but beneath the shimmer is perspective. Stacy Silva isn't chasing drama anymore, she's choosing direction. For fans who watched her cry, laugh, and start over a dozen times, this version feels different, stronger, calmer, and finally in charge of her own story. And if history has taught us anything about the Silvas, it's this: reinvention isn't just survival, it's their superpower. Kalani Faagata and Asuelu Pulaa have lived out one of 90 Day Fiancé's most turbulent journeys, from whirlwind romance to painful betrayal, and finally, the quiet rebirth of two people learning to coexist as parents rather than partners. But in 2025, something shifted. Their story, once defined by tears and tension, began to feel more like a story of grace, growth, and second chances, just not in the way anyone expected. It all started with a photograph that stopped fans mid-scroll. Asuelu, in full U.S. Army uniform, standing tall and proud, with Oliver and Kennedy beaming beside him. Gone was the goofy, impulsive man viewers remembered. In his place stood a father, disciplined, grounded, and visibly changed. Kalani posted the same photo with the simple caption, "We're proud of you." No hashtags, no shade, no drama, just quiet acknowledgement. It was the kind of peace their audience had never seen from them before. For Asuelu, this wasn't just a new career move. It was redemption. In a rare reel shared from the graduation ceremony, he saluted the camera and wrote, "Doing this for my boys." Fans flooded the comments, calling it his most mature moment ever. It's hard to believe that just 2 years ago, Asuelu's name trended for all the wrong reasons. Arguments caught on camera, cheating rumors, awkward apologies. But now, his life looks different. Early mornings, structure, purpose. It's the kind of transformation reality TV rarely shows after the cameras stop rolling. Kalani, meanwhile, has embraced a different kind of strength. She's not clapping back, not airing grievances, just living. Her Instagram has become a mosaic of motherhood, gentle humor, and real talk. One week, she's sharing school drop-off selfies with her sons. The next, she's posting beach photos from Hawaii with the caption, "Healing doesn't always look loud." Fans noticed the subtle details, the way she smiles now, the calm in her tone. She's still outspoken, still witty, but no longer burdened by the cycle of on-screen chaos. And somewhere in the background, there's Dallas, the boyfriend she once kept fiercely private. In late 2024, she finally posted a birthday tribute to him, calling him a calm soul who makes life lighter. It wasn't a flashy reveal, it was a whisper of contentment. Together, they seem to have found balance, building a blended life that's steady rather than showy. What's remarkable about Kalani and Asuelu now is how normal they've become, in the best possible way. Co-parenting holidays, school events, shared smiles during milestones, it's the version of their relationship fans once thought impossible. Gone are the explosive reunions. In their place are two people quietly rewriting their legacy for the sake of their children. It's not a love story anymore. It's something sturdier. Growth, accountability, forgiveness. They're no longer the couple everyone loved to analyze. They're the parents everyone hopes will make it work, even from different homes. For a franchise built on drama, Kalani and Asuelu's calm might just be the most unexpected twist of all. If there's one thing Natalie Mordovtseva knows how to do, it's keep the world guessing. The Ukrainian-born 90 Day Fiancé star has spent years tangled in heartbreak, fame, and reinvention. But 2025 feels different. This time, her story isn't about men or meltdowns. It's about rediscovering herself. The shift began quietly. After her explosive split from Josh Weinstein aired on The Last Resort, Natalie went silent. No interviews, no cryptic posts, no dramatic tears. Then, out of nowhere, she reappeared on YouTube with a video titled Surgery Day, Raw and Real. In it, she's makeup-free, sitting under fluorescent hospital lights, admitting she's terrified before her tummy tuck procedure. "I want to feel like myself again," she says, voice trembling. It isn't vanity, it's vulnerability. Fans, expecting another meltdown, instead found honesty. The clip went viral not for shock value, but for sincerity. Over the following months, Natalie began showing more of her real life. She posted selfies from Disneyland, laughing under fireworks, classroom shots hinting that she'd gone back to school to study psychology, and cozy podcast appearances where she spoke about healing through understanding. Her tone softened, her captions shorter, less about proving something, more about peace. Even her wardrobe changed. Gone were the glittery dresses and plunging necklines, replaced with white button-downs and soft sweaters. It was like watching someone breathe for the first time in years. But transformation never comes without tension. Some fans accused her of trying too hard to rebrand. Others questioned if the changes would last. Natalie didn't respond. Instead, she doubled down on transparency. In one clip, she admitted she still struggles with loneliness and trust, confessing, "Sometimes I wake up and I miss being loved, but I also love the silence now." That line hit like a thunderclap across Reddit and Instagram. People who once rolled their eyes at her theatrics now called her the most human she's ever been. Professionally, she's been inching toward a comeback, this time on her own terms. A teaser reel for Entertainment Tonight hints at an upcoming feature titled Reclaiming Natalie, where she plans to discuss mental health, beauty standards, and life after reality TV. If her previous fame was accidental, this next phase feels deliberate. No longer the crying fiancé or the jealous ex, Natalie seems determined to become her own headline. And yet, even with all this growth, there's a flicker of mystery that keeps fans hooked. A recent Instagram story showed her hand intertwined with someone else's. No face, no caption, just music playing softly in the background. Is it romance? Closure? Or just a reminder that some stories never fully end? Whatever the answer, one thing's clear. Natalie Mordovtseva isn't chasing chaos anymore. She's chasing calm. And for a woman who once lived on the edge of emotional firestorms, that might be the most radical twist of all.